Hey, I'm just the guy with a beard doing a review of some gear, guns and gear, both maybe, with a little bit of Canadian content. And by a little bit, I mean that when I was looking for stuff on the internet, trying to review stuff, trying to research stuff, I couldn't find very much. So that's kind of what led me to here. This is my first video, so you know, you're gonna have to bear with me. But I have in front of me a box. Okay, likely to be the last of its kind that I'll be unboxing because of recent laws in Canada, and that'll be kind of a clue. I've been waiting for this particular box since July the 13th of 2022, and today I believe is the 4th of December 2022. So it's taken a while to get it here. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the box on top of this mat. This might give you another little hint. I wish it was a Glock, but no, it's not a Glock. So I kind of let the cat out of the bag, but anyway, it is what it is. I'm gonna open the box, gonna see what I think about it. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't even seen one in person, so this is as much a surprise for me as it is for everybody else. Now, what I notice about videos is, you know, everybody always has that, you know, the American channels, they always have that flashy knife to draw out, right? The butterfly knife, the switchblade or swing blade. In Canada, we're kind of controlled as far as what we can have for pointy things. So I guess the Canadian equivalent would be this. So I'm gonna get to work on the box. I do wish I had a switchblade, if for nothing else, looking cool on the video. So this arrived, like I said, I think it arrived on the 1st of December, but I was working, so I had to wait for a little bit. I don't think there's any risk of actually damaging it. I hope there's no risk of damaging it. I was kind of surprised when I picked it up, the size of the box. I thought it would be a little bit bigger. That's what she said. All right, so what do we have so far? Brown paper, packing paper. All right, I'll give you another little hint. This comes from some very good friends, well, people that I've gotten to know over a little while. Marcy and Ryan, who run a really good store out of Kingston, Ontario called SFRC, South Frontenac Rental Center. They sell outdoor equipment, hunting, fishing, you name it, as well as rental. So I'm not going to show you this because this is the shipping details and that completely gives it away, but I will show you this. That definitely gives it away. So it's something made by Ruger in a cool Ruger box. Put that off to the side. A little bit of background about why I picked this. The decision came down to it was the only thing left, really. Last year, I wanted another firearm. I was looking at it, but it was too expensive. This is really good as far as price point goes, and I hope that it's as much fun as I think it will be. It'll be very affordable if nothing else. So, I'm gonna open up the box. Oh my God. I will let you see, but you know, congratulations on your new Ruger firearm. I'll keep it this way so we can all get a look at it. Got some really bizarre foam material. And there it is, people. The Ruger Wrangler 22 caliber single action revolver. It's, I'm gonna need my switchblade again. Oh, maybe not, it's open. All right, initial impression, very nice. It's got some weight to it, definitely. I'll give the specifics about exactly how much it weighs. Again, first thing you want to do is firearm safety. It's a single action revolver, so it loads by a load gate on the side. So I'm going to open that up, as you can see, and I'm going to pull the hammer back a little bit. I'll pull this tab out, if it does pull out. Maybe it pushes out, but I'm going to check the cylinders and make sure that it cannot contain any ammunition, and my fingers are either not strong enough or not small enough to get in there, but I can see the cylinder that is going towards the barrel, so I can see that it is safe. Okay, as you can see, Ruger Wrangler 22 caliber. I kind of have the big brother of this, and I want to show, probably do a video on that. Initial impression, again, really nice. I kind of like, there's almost like a Cerakote, like a matte Cerakote finish on it. Sights on it seem a little rudimentary. It's just kind of a groove with a blade in the front. Hand grips seem to be like a polymer material, like a checkered. Seems to be pretty good. I mean, I have pretty decent sized hands, but it seems to be fitting on there no problem at all. The hammer, it's got a nice spring to it. Cylinder, I mean, everything seems to be moving along really nice. My initial impression is I'm very impressed. And I'll say one thing, first of all, the price point on this firearm. This is just over $300. Okay, $300. I'm not sure what a box of 22 ammunition would cost right now. I have a little bit put aside. So I know there is an ammo shortage, or somewhat of an ammo shortage. So I do have some 22. With this kind of firearm, you could shoot at the range all day, and it maybe would cost you $50. Okay, so that's kind of why I bought it, and why I wanted the 22. Originally I wanted a Glock 44, but you can't find those anywhere. Okay, so there it is, the Ruger Wrangler. What does it have in the box? Okay, you get the instruction manual for the Ruger Wrangler. You get this little safety clip thing that goes inside of the cylinder, and we did figure out how to get that out. There's a catch release for the cylinder retaining pin. So you push that, you pull out this pin, and the cylinder basically rotates to the left out of the firearm, and then you're able to remove this pin. But that's not the typical way of loading. You don't want to really remove the cylinder in this. It's basically, I don't want to say a knockoff, but essentially it's paying homage to the old cowboy guns. Okay, it's got the load gate on the side, and as I mentioned, I kind of have the big brother of this in a 357. So it has the load gate to the side, so you can load a single round at a time. I've already checked it, made sure that it's safe. And as you pull the hammer back about a half cock on the hammer, you can rotate the cylinder and visually verify that each cylinder is clear. Okay, that's the loading gate. Also has a little sticker you can put on your car or your safe, wherever you want to put a sticker. And a cable lock, very rudimentary cable lock that could go through the cylinder just to make sure that it is not able to be loaded for transportation purposes, I guess. Okay, so as I said, it's 22 caliber Ruger Wrangler. 22, of course, is rimfire. I said initial impression when I lifted up, I said, wow, that's got pretty good weight to it, and it does. It weighs about 30, I'd say, according to the company, it weighs 30 ounces. What's 30 ounces for Canadians? Let me see, 850 grams. I'm a little bit older. It's slightly less than 2 pounds, okay? But it does have a good weight to it, which is good because when you shoot, you want a little bit of weight to the firearm. That way it is accurate for you. The length of it is 10¼ inches long, okay? That's the overall length. So probably from the end of the pistol grip to the very end of the barrel. Okay, the barrel itself is 4.62 inches, slightly over 4.5 inches. It has to be a certain measurement, a certain distance. I believe 4.5 inches. Otherwise, it kind of enters into that prohibited concealed range. It does, as I said, fixed sights, grooved fixed sights. I don't know too much about grooved fixed sights. I'm assuming it would take a little bit to get used to. I'm kind of more used to like a Warren Tactical, which I have on a Glock 17, or you know, the Trijicon sights. But we'll see how this shoots. I do plan on taking it out in the range, but I mean, it's a very, very, very simple. There's a reason why this is one of the first type of firearms that was ever designed and carried back in the Old West. And that is because it's easy to maintain, it's easy to shoot, and it's fairly easy to take care of. Maintenance-wise, it's not overly difficult. The cylinder does seem to have a really nice smooth action on it. the rotation itself. You can kind of hear those clicks. That's always kind of been an indicator for me, at least, as far as the build quality. Is there better revolvers out there in the 22? Yeah, probably. Are they $300? Doubt it very much. For $300, this is what you get. This is a very affordable firearm. Well, if you could have snuck in and got one somewhere. Again, one of my next videos, I plan on shooting this, seeing how it fires, making sure, of course, that, you know, that it is reasonable as far as the sights go. I'll give you an indication how fast these things went. When I called initially, there was 12 of them. I called about 3 hours later and they were down to 2. So I reserved one immediately, paid for it, and that was July 13th, 2022. And like I said, it took this long in order to get the firearms approved for transport and ownership transfer. And that is also because I live in Quebec. So in Quebec, a little bit different than the rest of Canada, we have our own individual firearms officer here that's represented by the Sûreté and not the RCMP. But I showed you the load gate side, I'll show you the other side. Get a nice close-up of that. As you can see, you know, indicated Ruger Wrangler. I mean, kind of nice stainless steel trigger, hammer, and the rest is that, I'm going to say, Ruger's version of like a Cerakote, or you know, almost like a dark earth. It's like a bronzy kind of dark earth. Really attractive firearm. I really like the little accents of black. You know, the black cylinder, the hand grips look really nice. The function of unloading, I'm not sure how much it'll actually be required, but on a single stage, if you do have a cartridge, a spent cartridge stuck in the cylinder, then all you have to do is push this basically, and there's like you can see the plunger actuating, and it'll push the spent cartridge right up the cylinder. So it seems, like I said, initial, you know, this is the first time it's been in my hands. This is the first time I've ever seen it, same time as you have. I'm really impressed, really impressed for a $300 pistol. I mean, back in the day, you could have maybe bought one of those Russian Tokarev pieces of garbage that, you know, fire 2 rounds and then explode. Seems like a very good pistol. I do like Ruger products. I have a 1022. I have, like I said, the big brother of this one, which I'll do a comparison at some point, just showing you, you know, that one is certainly a little bit heavier. I'm not sure the exact weight, but it's probably 2-3 times the weight of this one. But again, it's also shooting a 357 Magnum cartridge as opposed to a 22 rimfire. Thank you very much, guys, and hopefully we'll see you soon in another video.